Hi friends, this is DaintyTank. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to TwoFold. This is part 3 in our series. I have been enjoying it. I hope you have been enjoying it. I always enjoy playing some interesting new games. Let's go back to where we were, which is the next day after a very interesting day with August. Oh, the loud screens are always loud. Alright. Mondays come around again. I took Mom's advice and tried to relax after she left yesterday. I don't know if I succeeded. I feel like I've come back from an exhausting weekend. Today's the day of the fair. I'm not sure if I'm sold on either choice yet, but don't really have time to mull it over anymore. I went over again and again, and I'm hoping seeing them at the fair today will finalize that. With the morning studies over, that cafe beckons for a quick pick-me-up before going to war in the club fair's gymnasium venue. So it is war. Never having been to this kind of event before, I expect chaos, especially so given the circumstances. Loud noises. Oof. Oh yeah, the oak tree. Hi. Hello. Heading in, the place is thankfully quiet, with a scant few students quietly sipping lattes while tapping on laptops or hunched over books. It wouldn't feel unusual any other day, but right now it feels like the calm before the storm. And Haley's just sitting there like minding her own business. Particularly lanky girl catches my eye as far as her bright get-up and headphones as anything else. Haley sits quietly as she listens to her music, hand in chin with a small coffee beside her. For someone so mild-mannered, she sure stands out. She picks her head up and waves me over. Pulling up a seat, she rights herself a bit and takes a sip. Her grimace shows that it's either cold or bad. Probably only bought it to avoid being kicked out for hanging around without ordering.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Done with fair prep?
Turning that down a little bit.
Yep. I helped them finish setting their tables up this morning, so I've got the rest of the day off till the car ride home.
Wow.
It's bound to be an awkward time after the fair today.
Haley can only give a weak shrug in response.
Caprice doesn't ride with us much nowadays. Dinner the other day was just an exception to the rule.
Interesting. Huh. I wonder how I should read that. The meeting was definitely a bit tense, but I didn't think it'd be, to the point where they'd be avoiding each other to that degree.
Are things okay? Like, between them, I mean.
Her face remains as deadpan as ever, but I can faintly make out a raise in her eyebrows. I guess a question like that, out of nowhere, probably deserves a reaction like that.
They've just been having some personal stuff going on for a while, and things are, volatile. Nothing you need to worry about. Probably.
Probably. That does not give me confidence, Haley.
Probably.
There we go.
Would it make you feel any better if I said, definitely?
No, it doesn't actually.
Fair enough.
I pinched the bridge of my nose in frustration and act that apparently does not go unnoticed by her.
This stressing you out that much?
Kinda.
You don't know the half of it. The situation on my end is pretty dire.
You'll be fine. Promise. I mean it this time.
How do you figure?
If you're just worried about your grades or whatever, they'll both make sure you get to where you need to be. They've never let me down anyway.
Oh, nice. Another sip of her coffee, supposedly forgetting about the reaction she just had to it. As expected, her face contorts immediately in response.
Even if that's true, being stuck in the middle of those two like this just makes the entire thing feel more overwhelming than it probably needs to be, you know?
Yeah, I do know.
Yeah, well, join the club.
Join the club. I've been stressing about just dealing with them this morning. I can't imagine actually sharing a living space with those two. I want to feel pity for Haley, but the small smile on her face makes me second guess that decision.
Get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Content that her joke landed, she pulls her headphones back over her ears, our conversation at its end.
Get your drink and get out there. Don't let me keep you. Good luck.
Alright.
Alright. Nice talking to you.
All of it's so nice. They're so cute.
Yep.
Yup. Clubbing. Alright. Uh-oh. By the time I arrive, the club fair is in full swing. What must be hundreds of freshmen, scattering of second years here and there, fill the hall and mill about. It's interesting to see which ones look like they're on a mission as they head directly for a particular club, compared to others who peruse the tables as if browsing a farmer's market. I'll have a sampling of this and a sampling of that, and ooh, look, honey. Try bee poetry. Okay. Dozens of small stalls are lined up with varying amounts of work put into them. Piles of flyers sit on each. The odd stand or prop set up to try to catch the gaze of passing students. What? Most of those club behind the... I'm dying. DaintyTank down. I can do this. Brain. I was down for a while because I had COVID, so, like, please forgive me while Brain is still rebooting. It's like, I never had it, and then I had it, and then I was gone because I had it, and I couldn't record, and it's dead, and it's Brain, and the brain, dead time, yes. It's like a giant fog. It's like my brain got lost in the Lost Woods, and it just hasn't come back. Sorry to complain. I don't mean to complain. My brain's here. Just a different type of here. Most of those behind club tables look more bored than anything, some having checked out completely as they lean back and browse on their phones. The occasional happy shout rings out as old friends recognize each other, but for the most part, it's surprisingly subdued affair, a nice surprise that calms the nerves a little, but not quite enough to really feel comfortable. Strolling along the aisles, I casually note the more niche club entries, such as robotics, fighting games, and fencing. I could probably be persuaded to join a couple of them under different circumstances where I wasn't failing out of school and really needed the help. Nearing the end of one particular aisle, it isn't hard to spot, or should I say, hear, the art club's table.
Looking for fun? Come to the art club! We're accepting anybody, no artsy experience required!
Sounds about right. Millie sits beside her, hands together on the table, as she patiently tries to catch the eyes of those passing by. The formal act strikes me as a little put on, not helping by her occasional slips when Caprice gets louder than usual. How these two could live together has me beat. Yet here they are, with their two small tables stuffed into one assigned space together. I feel like I'll never fully understand a relationship these two have. Then it happens. What are we supposed to do with this? Zoom. Caprice and Millie both set eyes on their prey at the same time. Far from a fight breaking out, an intensely awkward silence reigns between the three of us as they carefully maintain their smiling facades, the occasional student passing by only exacerbating the standoff. Sighing at the cruel fate assigned to me, I realize I have to take the initiative.
Alright, so we all know what's happening here. Let me hear it.
If I may, the writing club's a great working environment, and you could get a lot more done in a peaceful workplace than a party. And being a real club, we have actual resources and didn't have to rely on sneaking into the club fair to even be here.
Oh, snap. Even if she's too eager to bite, Millie isn't really wrong as she sneaks a smug look to her right.
Shows how much you know. I actually did the paperwork.
And yet here you are, sharing my allocated space.
I don't need to explain anything. Olive's seen how great we are already.
Caprice on her own definitely has an overwhelming personality. That's a great way to put that. But her club seems mellow enough. That combined with the fact that the art class is likely to be easier overall is tempting. The writing club, on the other hand, well, Millie herself seems really into the subject matter at least. Even if the rest of the club isn't much of a factor, it'd be hard to find a better tutor.
So, have you made your decision?
Let's hear it!
Whichever club I pick, I'll have to drop both the other club and the other class. There's not much chance I could do both and pull out a pass. Oh my god. Jeez. Okay. This is where I click and I save and we talk. Okay. So here's the thing. I am very much a fan of both of them, and I know I'm going to play this for both routes, period. I am going to play both routes, period. However, quite honestly, and I know I've kind of shown it a little bit because I don't mean to, but I'm not interested in some of the members in Millie's writing club. Like, I am not excited about Heather. I just really am not. Darren seems sweet, but quiet. Tanya seems cool, but like, it sounds very quiet and boring. And honestly, Olive in the story kind of seems like they really are leaning a little bit on the art club side anyways, in terms of just compatibility. Also, Caprice has gone out of her way to grab a hold of me and run. So I kind of want to join the art club. So I think for my first playthrough, and I'm going to say that again, stress again, first playthrough, I'm going to play the art club. Sorry everybody, I know that you were leading a little bit more of a writing club. We'll get there, but just story-wise and fit-wise, I just don't see myself in the writing club space right now. I definitely see myself in the art club. So I think I'm going to go to the art club.
For better or worse, I'm going with the art club.
Yes! I knew you'd make the right choice!
Join the art club for better or worse. Oh, she pumps her fist, jumping up and down. Millie frowns with either annoyance at Caprice or disappointment at me. Probably both. She quickly corrects into a pleasant smile, though.
Well, Olive, thank you for at least considering us.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't worry, you're not the only prospective member in this gym. I hope you have a wonderful time with your new club.
Thank you. Good luck.
Oh.
Wonderful won't even begin to describe it!
Uh-oh, what did I get myself into? She reaches out and grabs my hand.
Thank you!
Her hands firmly grasp mine. She shakes my arm without rhyme or reason, expelling as much energy as she's physically capable. I don't want to admit how much it hurts.
I'm counting on you.
Don't worry, it won't just be me. The entire club has your back. We'll get you there. Trust us.
Trust us. It's easy to get wrapped up in Caprice's energy. All I can do is hope that she's able to live up to that enthusiasm once we get into the actual studying part. So long as she and the club are willing, I want to hope it'll all be okay. even if I have to force myself to believe it. I don't know enough about them. I don't know enough to know for sure, but all I can do is place my blind faith in them. It'll be okay. Has to be. Alright. Buy a thread. Finish the prologue. Oh, that was the prologue. Jeez. This is a huge
And
thing.
so, to our newest member, Olive!
Caprice stands at the end of the table raising her glass full of soda. Fortunately for the rest of us, her volume is just passable as an indoor voice. Unfortunately, she stands with such gusto that the combined effect of her voice and the movement draws the attention of almost every other table in our vicinity. Anyway, sounds right. Content with playing along, the rest of the art club half-heartedly raise their own glasses to match her, albeit with greatly diminished enthusiasm. The urge to shrink away into my vest grows by the second, and I only barely manage to resist it. Still though, I can't help but sink into my chair just a little. Caprice is quick to notice, eyes quickly meeting mine, her smile as wide as it has been all night.
Come on, you too!
Oh dear. Everybody's like, come on, come on. I feel the eyes of every single person around land on me. I give her a non-committal hand wave, but she just raises her glass even higher. She sure doesn't want to drop it. In act of surrender, I hold my cup up as well. There you go. Give in. Give in to friendship. Give in to Caprice.
Welcome to the club!
Welcome to the club. The rest of the club is less enthusiastic in their following welcomes. Allison and Wallace opt a quiet murmur of agreement, obviously feeling the attention from around all of us as well. Eileen's response is a simple grumble. Oh well. Satisfied with the response nonetheless, satisfied with the response regardless, Caprice extends her glass and takes a drink, ending her impromptu toast.
Pizza again, huh?
Oh, I don't mind pizza. Just yes, pizza.
It's tradition! We gotta do this every time someone new joins the ranks.
It feels like it wasn't attached to her face. Eileen's eyebrow would be leaving Earth's atmosphere.
Another tradition?
How many traditions do they have?
If we keep adding more, we'll be eating pizza more days than not.
Is that a problem?
I agree with Caprice on this one. Oh, so I'm just an excuse for a party. Yeah, a little bit. Something tugs at the back of my mind, but I shake it off for now. An excess of celebrations isn't that big of a deal, assuming we still get study groups together.
Now that Olive has decided to join our club, we're up to 5 members.
Yes.
And how many did that other club recruit? 0?
No, that little face. What in the world is... How do you even make that little face? It's very cute.
Caprice.
I'm kidding. I wish only the best for them.
Uh-huh. I wish I could believe her, but the grin on her face tells a different story. From the moment we've left the fair, she's been beaming with a kind of competitive sparkle only seen in athletes. I can't help but feel a bit weird about it. I do need the help, and I'm trusting her to be my best bet. Still, at the end of everything, I'm just a pawn Caprice is trying to keep on the field.
Well, it was basically the flip of a coin.
So you say, but I'm sure you had your reasons. For example, it's clear we were the fun choice. Probably the most fun at the whole fair.
Sure. Also, art is a little bit easier.
There are a lot of reasons, but I can't say that was one of them. It was mostly for the study help.
I don't intend on becoming your personal tutor.
I didn't really plan on that.
Then you made the wrong choice. Caprice has been running us ragged since classes started back up last January.
Oh? Okay, assuming we still get study groups caveat hasn't gotten off to a great start, Eileen takes a small sip of her beer before continuing her thought. I chance a peek at Caprice, who's suddenly gone quiet. She's struggling with a particularly large piece of pizza, trying to catch all the cheese before it slides off. Eileen continues to seize the moment.
The ratio of asinine field trips we've been taking to actual studying is heavily not in your favor.
Uh-oh. It's Allison's turn for a death stare, this time focused on Eileen. Surprisingly, Eileen's posture shifts and her face softens just enough to be noticeable. You guys are so cute.
Caprice should be the one to handle the bulk of it since she roped you into this.
Sure. I mean, she's in my class. Like, that's a big benefit there, is that, like, Millie is amazing. And she's got all her notes and has definitely taken that other class, but, like, she wasn't in the class with me. Caprice is in class with me. So, that's a win.
As long as I can pass the semester, I don't really care how.
That's fair. My eyes shift downward, feigning interest in the slice on my plate, so smoke screen to think things over. I say I don't care, but so far this get-together has me feeling more nervous than I'd expected. There's vague offers to help here and there, but it's hard to imagine how much of that is genuine versus how easily Caprice seems to wrap others into her excitement. And that brings me back to the head honcho herself. The more I sit here and listen to the current goings-on, the more I worry that perhaps I made the decision because I got wrapped up in her energy too. I mean, her energy is literally infectious. Like Eileen said, I'm here because of Caprice. Too late to walk back that decision, so I have to trust her. Freed of her pizza, Caprice finishes all of her soda in one go and pipes back up. Yup. Alright. I'm back on. I love her.
None of that is important right now. We're celebrating! This is the beginning of a new year!
A new year, a new me, a new art club. Yes.
It's already fall.
Caprice grumbles in protest at Wallace's remark as she takes the hat from her head and wrings it out as if it were a wet rag, taking a moment to gather her thoughts. After the last imaginary drop is wrung on out of the poor thing, she plops it atop her head once more, and her face lights up.
So here's the agenda going forward.
Okay.
We'll draw, create, and make more than ever before. And since Olive is just entering the world of art, we'll have to cultivate in them a love for it.
She looks at me and nods proudly, beaming. I feel the urge to remind her I'm looking more for study help than my own artistic awakening. But think better of it for now. Her eyes sweep across the rest of the table.
In the past year or so, we've only expanded more and more. It started with one, me. And then soon there were three of us.
Started with me, and then I roped in Eileen, and then I stole Allison from the art club. Is Caprice really just taking the same art class over and over? Because I think she is. I don't blame her. And then Wallace was a casualty.
Allie!
Yes?
Allison sits up straight, startled.
With this club, you found a new love.
Oh, that's so cute. Look at who it is. He's so cute. I mean, she found more than one love. She found two. Allison looks red and nervous, eyes darting around the room. She briefly looks to Eileen for encouragement, who responds with a simple shrug.
Of the arts, you mean?
Yes, exactly.
Oh no, are they not out? I think they're out, right? I hope so.
Beyond anything, the strongest power art has is to connect people. Where stuffy old words aren't enough, you can always count on the visual medium to bring everyone together.
That's really pretty and really powerful there. It does have the power to connect people.
Speaking of which...
That's really beautiful and sincere. Crash! I am not going to be I'm just gonna be sitting here just like taken off guard by Caprice for the rest of this playthrough. She starts moving her pointer finger from Allison to Eileen, who looks unperturbed. Allison slumps in her seat, relieved the attention is off her. I guess she hates to be the focus even more than I do.
Not another word.
Yes. Caprice's finger glides past Eileen and lands on Wallace in a motion so clean you wouldn't think it was a last-second course correct. These two really know how to navigate each other well, even if they're like oil and water.
And not to mention Wallace. You see? This club makes artists!
Eileen and I were artists long before you dragged us in here.
Oh my god. Oh, I forgot. Wallace was part of the writing club. Oh, I forgot that he was stolen by Caprice. Oh, that's so precious. And I love these things. They're little chibi versions. They're so good.
Details! Point being, the club is more than capable of molding someone into an artist, and that's exactly what it's gonna do.
Uh-oh.
That's you, by the way.
Oh, that's so precious.
I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves here.
Oh, it's so good.
So the plan is simple. Create! Everything else will come naturally.
Uh-oh.
Is that all?
Did I miss anything? Hold on. Great, everything else will come. Okay, Caprice stands with her hands on her hips, seemingly done and very pleased with her speech. It takes a moment for anyone to react. Okay, cool.
Sounds fine to me. The sudden shift to dramatics made me worried something drastic was about to happen.
I believe in freedom of expression, but as usual, I'll be directing meetings to help inspire you.
Okay.
Inspiration can come from anywhere, and when it strikes, you have to capitalize.
I wonder how many of these inspirational lines came from the internet and how many she's trying to turn out on the spot.
That sounds good and all, but how will it help me pass her actual art class?
That's a good point.
Oh, Olive.
She gives me a sad, pitiful look, like I've just asked how to boil water.
To understand art, truly understand it, you have to experience it. Be immersed in it.
Immersed.
There's no better way to do that than to be surrounded by it all the time.
Uh-oh.
But do you guys, actually study?
Seemingly trying to help the conversation, Allison raises her hand meekly to join.
I took that class last semester. A big part of the finals is about exploring the fundamentals in your own way.
What, actual art? So what's the textbook even for?
It'll be fun. You'll see. What's gonna be your focus, Allie?
So wait, was that last semester?
I was thinking of trying to get into sculpting or something this semester.
Hold on.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Ah. Sorry, trying to click on... Oh well, I can't back it up. I was trying to figure out how long that's been. But oh well. Caprice emphasized drawing so much coming into this. Hadn't really considered that this club bothers with other art forms. Sculpting would be cool and very interesting. But then the fine arts club at our school, which I didn't even have a chance to consider joining instead of this one, probably covers just about every form of art there is.
I've been trying some new brushes.
Nice. Wallace holds his phone up to show Eileen the screen. Allison curiously leans in to take a look too. I can't see it from my angle, but trying to get closer to steal a look doesn't feel right with how new I am to the circle.
Huh, not bad.
Not bad. That is a compliment from Eileen.
But man, a tablet just doesn't feel the same as the real thing.
I'm sure you'd be great once you got used to it.
I'm sure you would. As for me, I don't think I could ever go traditional. No undo. I don't know how you do it.
That's why we practice.
I'll just stick to digital. Thanks.
Alright. Eileen the traditionalist, Wallace the digital artist, and Allison the experimentalist. Interesting. Regardless of everything else, I could have done a lot worse than this variety if I was looking for help. As for Caprice, what does Caprice do? I have no idea. I've seen some quick sketches of hers in class, but I'd like to assume there's more to her than that. I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask.
Hey, what kind of art do you do?
She gives me a mischievous smile.
Oh, are you curious?
Yeah?
Not for long.
Uh-oh. She playfully taps my arm.
Oh, don't be like that. I made the posters and flyers for our club, of course. You saw some of my best work at the fair.
Uh-oh. Are those her best examples? The posters were eye-catching, but they felt like technique had been swapped out for raw energy when creating them. I guess that's suitably on brand, but I'm not sure if pure energy and willpower are enough to help me brute force the actual technical know-how needed for a passing grade. Oddly though, those worries leave me briefly when taking in the pride and the excitement she has when talking about them.
I can show you more during the next club meeting if you want.
Yeah?
Sure.
Oh.
But only if you have something to show me in return.
Not fair. I haven't even started yet, and she's already giving me homework. The thought alone of going home tonight and drawing something as simple as a straight line as to present embarrasses me senseless. Nevertheless.
I'll try.
Okay. Good job, Olive. Good job. That was... Work in progress. Oh, I loved that art. 2 weeks later. 2 weeks in. Oh, I think that's where I'm gonna call it today, though. My brain is like half fried, so I'm sorry for being a little bit everywhere. But thank you. I've missed you. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.